Hey y'all, it's Henry Contreras again here. It's Friday, just finished my work week. I think today's November 3rd or 4th or something like that. Anyway, it was a kind of a stressful week. I guess it's like that for everybody. Here I am. I'm going to work, and I appreciate the fact that I'm going to work, but it's the anxiety. Like kind of a blessing and a curse. It's like on one end I'm going to work, and most people are not. But then, of course, you worry about the human contact element. But you know, it's a tough thing to kind of wrap your head around. But I think we'll get through this, and I think it's just gonna have to just keep doing what we're doing and just let time do what it needs to do. But anyway, enough of that. Today, I'm here to talk to you about graphic design and the different things and elements that I like about graphic design. Because I came up in this whole industry from the printing side. Really, I worked for a big print house here in town. They used to do ads for grocery stores, and so I always knew printing and design from the tail end. From after it when it needs to get printed. So I think that helped me a lot without me really knowing that it did. So then, slowly but surely, I moved my way into the graphic design part of it. But I never took classes. I never took any graphic design classes. The only somewhat design classes I had, I did have a like arts and crafts class in like seventh or eighth grade. You made little plastic things, and then when I was in high school, I took a vocational class because I was looking for something that had to do with with design somehow, some way. So they had like a graphic design printing class. It was actually a printing class. So I took that, and not knowing if I was going to like it or not, but I end up liking it. I end up liking the process, and I think that's kind of where I don't know if I want to say excel, but I enjoy, I guess, is the process from beginning to end and all the steps that it takes. So with that, I just want to show you some of the things that have that I enjoy, that have kind of somewhat helped me, or things that I've made that have to do with graphic design. And it could just be simple things, like I'll show you an example. I went to like a yard sale like maybe a couple summers ago, and I saw this plastic jar just full with matches, different matches from, and, they went back to businesses that were here in Fresno, no longer here in Fresno. Some of these matches are like old, but I really liked the the design of some of them, you know. And I'll show you a few that really caught my eye. There was a bunch of them, so I just kind of pulled these out just to kind of show you. There's this one, Mayfair Market. They're no longer. I don't think they're no longer in Fresno anymore. And then this is the other side of it. It's kind of an ad, but it just jumps out. Look at that green and the red. Just simple layout, but very impactful. That one and this. Restaurant no longer in business, but just the color and the composition. Just little cartoon on the back. The fun place for family food. It's kind of, this stuff is kind of missing now. It just has it just has a feel, a look that's just, it just speaks volumes. There's this one, Snow Boy. Holding it. It's pretty cool. Look at it just looks so simple, but at the same time, it's effective, This one's really cool. I just like this logo. Look at that. Regal 8 ends. This one, just the layout is cool, It's real simple. And this one. I just love stuff like this. And this one was, I'm assuming maybe this was a smoke shop here in Fresno. I'm really not sure. I don't know if it was a smoke shop or it was a restaurant or what it was. This little tiny thing, that's cool. And then there's other stuff like, this is really cool. I got this at a yard sale. I mean, look at the layout to that. That's just so cool. The sides, the packaging to this is just like awesome. You just don't see this anymore. And the straws themselves, they have a really cool kind of a vibe to them. Everything just kind of pairs together so well, And I just love that kind of stuff. And then here's a book that I bought, man, I want to say 10, 15 years ago. I bought it at I think Barnes & Noble. And it just shows all these different logos, that were, done back, back in the day. Just really, really cool. I reference this book a lot. I just get ideas, Look at that. IBM from way back, International Business Machines. Look at that. That's so cool. They got that E and flipped it, and it's got that dimension to it. And that's really cool. I love old artwork, old logos. They just, and this was before computers, of course, but I just think this stuff is just so impactful. It's real clean illustrations and it kind of hits the mark, Yeah, so this is a book, like I said, I got quite a few years ago, and I still use it as a reference. And when I get stuck, it helps me. Then this book here I got, they had some kind of crafts show in Clovis or something, and here in town right next to Fresno. And this is really cool because it just shows all these old fruit box labels. But look at the artwork, the amount of attention, look at it. These are just so rad, and it's just a whole book full of these, and I was lucky because the guy who actually made this book, he was selling the ones that go on the side of a box that they just kind of wet them and stick them on. And I got one or two. And as a matter of fact, when I went, I didn't have the money on me. It was a Saturday, so the event was actually Saturday, Sunday. So I went back. The next day and I bought it. And here's a kind of a not newer. I think I got this maybe 10 years ago. But this guy here, man, this guy's just off the chains. This guy's just so damn good. I bought this book and that guy just blew me away. Look at this guy. Us You Grow. Look at his flowers. To me, it's like his look, or it's like it has this real hardcore kind of a feel to it, but it also has this real delicate edge to it, if that makes any sense. It's just amazing, Look at this stuff. So this guy, it's all just black and white. Everything in his book is just black and white, And then this here I got, Mountain Dew had put out these bottles, these limited edition bottles with with this cool artwork on it. You know, and this is from I think his name is Stuffin. And I actually met this guy, believe it or not. I went to a poster show in Sacramento, and he was there with Brian Ewing, and talked to him a bit. But I didn't really know much about him. He never even talked about his art or anything. And what was weird was I saw this right here on the side of the bottle, and I had got a card from him, a business card. I said, man, I recognize that. So sure enough, that was the dude. That was the guy that did this. This is amazing, you know. Yeah. And then this here, I'm proud of. This is something that, you know, I didn't make, but it went off of the logo I designed. The 99 Golden Ale logo for a local brewery here. And it's a tap handle, which is, you look at all the details. That's actually the logo I designed right there. You know, this is cool. And then, you know, here's a glass that I designed for a show we had here. You know, and there's the back. Yeah, so anyway, that's some of the stuff that I enjoy, you know, and even stuff like a swap meets, yard sales, you know, whatever. If it catches my eye, it catches my eye, and it helps me, I guess, think different, or just influences me so much. So I think that stuff is very important, you know, to because I used to work at a screen printing shop, and I used to see stuff there that was artwork that was like from like the 30s, you know, from a long time ago, old artwork, and it just has like this look to it. It's just, you know, like you could tell like they sketched and they sketched and they sketched and they sketched until they came up with what they needed. In other words, it took a lot of different renderings to finally get to that point, and it's just so like how would you say it? Like all the bad things have been taken out after all those steps. You know, all the little things that were kind of bothering. You know, it's just like just amazing, and I think it shows. I think it shows in design. You know, so anyway, that's what I got for today. I'll be back in another few days or so. Just some ideas in my head. Hope this helps you guys. All right, you all be safe out there. Bye bye.